Okay, so let's talk about how to find a niche on YouTube. And what a lot of people will tell you is follow your passion, which is great advice in theory, but in reality, that's not always the best advice because you may be very passionate about something that you can't monetize. And at the end of the day, you want this YouTube channel to be a worthwhile venture for you. So you've got to think clearly, is your passion something that you can monetize? If you're a fan of a third-rate football team like me, it's great talking about it. You may have fun doing it, but is it really just going to be something that's going to take up a lot of your time for no end results? So you need to find something that you have interest in. You do need to be somewhat passionate about it, because if you just follow the money and think, well, there are lots of weight loss channels out there, so I'll make one on weight loss because I know there are lots of products I can promote, you're not going to do well because you're going to end up getting bored and the novelty is going to wear off. So you do need to have an element of interest in it for you to keep going. You also need to have a little bit of either experience or expertise in that subject matter. You do not have to be the world's best expert, and you have to understand that there are going to be people that are more knowledgeable than you, but just have the mindset that those people are not your intended audience. You are targeting people that are interested in a topic but don't have as much knowledge as you. So that's where you come in. So you need to find something where you have an interest and a little bit of knowledge about, potentially perhaps something you have experience with. If you've suffered from being overweight for a long time but you've successfully lost weight, then potentially YouTube channel on losing weight or weight loss is a good thing to go for. But again, personally, I've never suffered from weight loss. I'm not interested in diets. I know there's loads of money to be made in that niche, but it's not something that I could do long term. I'd get bored, I'd come across as inauthentic, and it just wouldn't work because people would know that I wouldn't really know what I was talking about. So once you've kind of got those three things together and you've thought, okay, I'm going to create a YouTube channel about this particular topic, you then need to make sure that you are going to have enough content to create videos on. So let me give you an example. We're over here at YouTube, and let's get rid of that. And let's type in something different. So let's imagine that you've decided, okay, I'm going to create a YouTube channel on playing tennis. So there are a few things you need to do. Even if you're passionate about tennis, even if you're good at tennis, you've got skill in tennis, there are a few things you need to consider before you just jump in and make a channel about playing tennis. Number one is you need to do your research on potential video topics. So let me give you an example. What I would do is I would think of between 2 to 10 general how-to terms that people that you would potentially target would type in. So I might, for example, type in how to serve a tennis ball. And I'd start typing it in, and you can see different things here that start to populate. This is called Google's autocomplete function. So how to serve a tennis ball correctly, fast, for lefties, like a pro. These are all similar, but these are all potential videos that you could make. So I would copy all of these out on a notepad and start making a list. Now let's just click on one of these, how to serve a tennis ball for lefties. We'll click on that. And we can see YouTube videos already here, which brings me on to one point. But before we get there, scroll down to the bottom and we have all of these. Left-handed tennis serve video, left-handed tennis serve grip. All of these are videos that you could potentially make. And we've got all of these ideas just from that one seed term that we started with. And you'd go through and you'd start doing this for a whole bunch of different generic terms and getting other ideas. Not every single one may be a potential YouTube video, but I would say that 80 and 90% would be. So that's something that you need to do first of all. Then what I would do is I would take that term and I'd plug it into YouTube. So we'll come over to YouTube and we'll plug that in. And this is something that a lot of people forget when they're thinking of a YouTube channel. Now, unsurprisingly, the videos in YouTube are all of somebody at a tennis court having somebody else, or maybe they've got the gear set up, but they're recording themselves demonstrating these things. And if you don't have the capability to do that, if you don't have easy access to a tennis court and easy access to do this, then this may not be a good niche for you, despite your interest, your expertise, your keywords. A similar thing is people in the survival niche. If you're thinking of something in the survival or prepper niche, but you don't have access to the outdoors, if you live in an apartment block, if you live in the city, sometimes it's going to be hard to make videos that reach your audience and actually push their pain points. So you've got to bear these things in mind. If you're really, really shy on getting on camera, which is something you should really get over, I think, but if you're really shy, you want to choose a niche where you can potentially not appear on camera and make animation videos. Demonstrating how to serve a tennis ball or how to do a backhand is not going to be one of those niches. So you've definitely got to, understand those things and think about all of this stuff before you can do it. Another place to find ideas are these forums. So this is a string that you can type in URL:/forum. And at the start of this, you would type in your general niche. So for example, I could do, let's just change it from tennis to badminton. Badminton space in URL and that little string. I'll leave that string below. But then you get badminton forums that you can potentially go and join, be a lurker. Don't start selling stuff. Look at the things that people are asking. Let's find one here. I don't know if we're going to be able to have to register. If you have to register, I'm not going to do it. But lots of times you can just see without actually having to register. Badminton Central announcements. Let's see what this is about. Okay, and what you can do is you can look at the, you can sort these often by views. You can see which thread is the most viewed. Okay, and you can go through the sticky ones at the top. This isn't probably the best idea because it's just talking about the forum. So we'll go back a couple of pages, try something different. But you can see which threads are the most viewed, see which topics are popular, see what questions people are asking, and use that as inspiration for things to talk about in your video. Another good resource is answerthepublic.com, where you've got this scary ball bloke looking at you and squinting at you. But you can type in a seed word here. So let's not do badminton. We've done tennis, we've done badminton. Let's choose something different. Let's choose, I don't know. What can we choose? I've got to try and think of something because the video's coming up. Let's choose a hobby and let's choose, I don't know, guitar. Get questions. Now, of course, if you check guitar channels, you'll see that there's a lot of competition and you've got people recording themselves demonstrating chords and how to play the guitar. Now this populates, but this gives us potential ideas that we can then also use to create our videos. It gives us questions, comparisons. So let's look at the questions. Okay, it's a little bit difficult to see here. I'll try and make it big. Okay, are guitar and ukulele picks the same? Are guitar pedals worth it? Now, I'm not a guitar expert. I don't know if a lot of these questions are sensible or not, but why guitar is the worst instrument? Maybe not a good one. What we got here? Where was the guitar invented? Which guitar is best? Which guitar chords to learn first? And there's tons of ideas here just from me typing in guitar here. I also have prepositions, comparison keywords, different things that you can potentially create videos about. And we can see, because I have this extension called Keyword Keg extension, I can see the search terms as well for these particular general terms, and then maybe turn these into YouTube related things that people would type in. Now, coming back to YouTube, if you tick all these boxes, you're knowledgeable, you've got experience or expertise, you've got a whole bunch of topics from your keyword research and forums that you can make videos about, then you want to go start creating your channel and set up a schedule. I would commit to something that you can sustain. Ideally, that would be maybe 2 videos a week. I think we can all do 2 videos a week. Don't join one of these crazy 1 video a day for 30-day challenges because they sound good, and by the end of it, you're exhausted and you hate video. One per week, 2 per week, whatever you personally can commit to. Create your video is one thing, but you've got to optimize it, get the word out there, focus on getting your video ranking and all of that stuff, and then have an end goal as well. Once you've started getting videos on your channel, then use these videos to potentially build an email list or direct the traffic to a Facebook group or recommend affiliate products or your own services. But you've got to spend time doing your research to make sure that you pick a niche that you can stick with. You're not going to get bored with it. You can physically actually do, because if you can't go to a tennis court or a golf course or a field or a forest to make your videos, you're not going to come across as well as the other people that can, and that you've got enough keywords and topics to go for. Once you've got all that, and you're good to go. Now, of course, if there are other channels on YouTube doing very, very well, don't let that put you off. It means it's a good niche. It's scarier if no one's on YouTube and no one's doing it, because then maybe it's a bad idea. But most niches are on YouTube. So with that being said, I hope you found this video useful. I do have a checklist that cover all of these points. To get the checklist, it's completely free. You are going to have to enter your email address. Click on the link in the description. A page will pop up. You enter your name and email address and you will get that sent straight to your inbox. Other than that, give me a like, subscribe to my channel if you're not done so, and let me know what you think. Thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you soon.